got all those muscles firing, everything's ready to go. For our supersets, again, like I mentioned earlier, 2 exercises done back to back with complementary exercises working similar muscle groups. So we're going to start. I have the chin-ups and 3-point rows listed, so we'll start with those here. For those chin-ups, again, using those bands, whatever you need. The grip, you can vary as well, but we're going to go for 5 reps here. Wall up those abs, pull that bar. Think about pulling that bar down to you and then controlled on the way down. So I started with that pull-up grip, which is going to be, for a lot of people, a little more challenging because you don't get to use your bicep as much. Your bicep isn't assisting as much. In this chin-up grip, which is your palms facing you, you might be a little bit stronger. Some people experience a little bit more tension in their elbows when they work this grip. So whatever one works best for you, and just adjust the bands to accommodate what you need for assistance to get 5 quality reps in. Once you're done with your 5 reps, we're going to go to our 3-point rows. So similar to what we're doing with the yoga flex, but now you can see here, I have that foot out in front of me. My other leg is back. I have a green phone case in my pocket right there. So, in case I need to take any calls while I'm working out. But focused on that weight being on that front leg, that foot set back so that you're not worried about your knee getting away. Because as you'll notice here, I'm pulling that hand toward my low ribs and hip, not up toward my armpit here. That's going to force the lat to do more work here as opposed to the rear delts or those trap muscles. I'm also pushing that box into the floor here. The harder you push into the box, the stronger you're going to do the row. Notice how I'm also getting a pause at the top. You should not be using a weight that's so heavy that you're jerking it up and it goes right back down. Find a weight that you can control. You're going to get more work out of those muscles when you control that tempo on this exercise. So you'll do 5 on one side, switch that leg, switch that arm, 5 on the other side here. So challenge yourself with those weights here, but make sure every rep is a quality rep, okay? So we got those 2 back to back. The second superset that we have here is going to be our cyclist squats. Now you can see Coach Matt here is using that double kettlebell cycling squat, so great exercise. Some of you don't necessarily need 2 kettlebells. You could use 2 dumbbells, heavy dumbbell, kettlebell, weight vest, whatever you want to work here. But remember, we're going for 5 reps. You want to challenge yourself with the weight. The coaches are happy to help you get the weight in the position that you need it to challenge yourself, because that can be a limiting factor for a lot of people. If you need help, let the coach help you. Like I said here, Matt's using double kettlebells. A lot of people feel very comfortable with a single heavy dumbbell, but they can hold their chest. The weight vests work well. Knees track out over those toes. Notice how Matt's keeping his torso nice and upright here. This is really, when you keep that torso upright, this position really works those quads and those muscles, those teardrop muscles around the knees, the VLO and the VMO down there right next to your knees. So this is great to really strengthen those quads and help work through that knee range of motion, especially the limited range of motion. I know it can be tough at first, but just take your time here. If you need to go body weight as well, go body weight. Focus on that range of motion. 5 heavy reps, and then we're going to match that up with our sled crossover drag. So this is the one where you're facing one direction or the other. Notice Coach Kat is stepping in front and then driving through that leg. She's not taking giant steps here. You want to start with small steps, leaning away from the sled, so you're dragging, but you want to be thinking almost like you're moving laterally, very similar to what we did with these sandbag side lunge cleans, in that sense that we're moving sideways here. It's not about turning your chest away and trying to move forward with something behind you. We want to be thinking pushing to the side, and similar to when we do our side steps and karaoke in our warm-ups during boot camp as well. Keeping that shoulder down the way, we get that lat engaged, and then feeling nice and rigid through that torso. You're going to drag the sled down, facing one direction. So you notice how Coach Kat right now is facing the camera on her way down. When she goes back down to the other end, she's going to be facing the same direction so that she's working the other side of her body. So don't face the other direction when you go back. Just face the same direction. Again, for this one, start a little bit lighter with those sleds if you're unfamiliar with the exercise, because I'd rather you go a little bit lighter and really work on getting comfortable with the movement itself. And then we can keep challenging you with the weight as you're realizing that you're moving well and all those muscles are working the way we want them to as well. So 5 heavy cyclo squats and then down and back on the sled. That is going to get those legs really fired up We're going to be going for 2 to 3 sets. In that first week, we'll probably just get 2 supersets in weeks 2, 3, and 4. The more familiar you get with the routine, the more you'll be able to do. So some of you are going to start to be able to get 3 sets in. Some of you might not even need those 3 sets. 2 sets with the right weights can be plenty of work as well.